Good morning, everyone. This is going to be a full moon reading. The full moon is in Scorpio. It's going on today or tomorrow, depending on where you live. I do have to say, these energies with this full moon have been severely intense. In the sense of, for me personally, it's been bringing up things that I thought I had already worked on, healed, and that sort of thing. I am a twin flame, so for me, it's things that I've actively let go of or tried to heal, and this the last remnants of what those things are has come to the surface. So I'm like, oh my god, I feel like I'm back at square one. And essentially, what I feel like, it's almost like I've been trying to work towards getting to like my 5D self, and I've been kind of knocked back down to the 3D reality in a sense of like checking up on my masculine, or just different things that I thought I had already let go of. Okay, so that's what's going on for me personally. With what we're doing the reading for, to kind of see what's going on with you guys. It might be the same kind of thing if you're a twin flame. This is a really intense full moon for you, so excuse me. So the decks I'm using today, it's the Fairy Tarot cards by Doreen Virtue and Rayleigh Valentine. The Butterfly Oracle cards by Doreen Virtue. We've got it's a really generic tarot card. It's for beginners. It says it's by Janet Barris. And we also have the Hanson Roberts Tarot deck. Okay, so we'll kind of go and look at what the energies of the full moon are, what's going on, and then maybe some advice on how to move forward through this full moon because the full moon energies are going to last all the way until the end of the month. And by no means am I any expert in astrology. This is just some information that I've kind of gathered from other readers, doing some online research myself, just because I'm kind of trying to understand what's going on with this full moon, because it's just so intense. So we'll see how we can move forward through these energies through the rest of the month. Okay, so I've already pre-shuffled these before I turn on the camera, so we'll go ahead and move these ones over here. We're going to start with the Fairy Tarot cards, pull a couple base cards for what kind of energies we're looking at for this full moon, and go from there. And this is for all signs. There's no timestamp. This is literally just for whoever it resonates with. I'm trying to target the collective that really needs to hear this, the one that's having a hard time navigating through these energies that are coming through for this full moon. Because I've been trying to do this full moon reading for, I don't know, like 3 days now. It just didn't feel right. Like I said, I almost felt like knocked back down to my 3D self, to where it just wasn't the right time. So this morning I lit my full moon candles right here. Tried to let go of all those things that were coming to the surface, and immediately I already felt the energy and that it was time to do this reading. So here we are. All right. What have we got going on here? I'm not going to take all those. That's too much. Eight of Summer, letting go. It's too much. These are just really difficult to shuffle. They're so big and bulky. One more. I think I feel like I need one more. I don't read these reverse unless I'm otherwise guided to. bottom of the deck, we've got Three of Winter, Three of Swords. So for some of you, some of the things that could be coming to the surface is like old hurts or old wounds, or if you're a twin flame, maybe the way your masculine or feminine handled a situation back then. Just old wounds that are coming to the surface. Okay, let's sit with the cards real fast. Okay, so we've got the Eight of Summer here, the Eight of Cups. You're very aware that the energies are very different this week with the full moon, and you know you got to release those things that are coming, the things that have been coming up the last week, even maybe even week and a half. Okay, those are the things that you need to walk away from. Things that you need to let. You don't just put them in the back of your mind, because that's how they end up coming up in another full moon or things of that sort. So what you need to do is you need to embrace those feelings. Light a candle. For instance, I light a candle at full moons, and I put the intentions out there, what I want to be released. Sometimes I'm not aware of what it is that's coming up, I'm like, or why it's coming up. But I just try to think of those things that are coming up that I haven't been thinking about, that I'm very aware of, that are negative thinking or egotistic thinking, my ego trying to bring me down. Okay, and that's what you need to let go of. Okay, for the going into past this full moon, you need to plan your next steps. You got to have patience. You got to let these emotions go through you and come to the surface. And there is good things to come from these energies being released. It's Scorpio is the death card in the tarot deck. That is the death transformation, the death of an old idea to transform into a new one. So there is good to come from whatever these energies are coming up to the surface for. You just got to be strong and be aware of them. Not the difference between feeling them, and you just can't dwell in those emotions. For instance, for my particular, one of the ones that come up for me is going to go take a peek at my twin flames social media site. And lately he hasn't been posting anything. Just for some reason, during this full moon, he's been posting a lot. So that's been triggering me to keep going to his page and looking, see what else he's posting next. And that's something I was aware of. You be aware of those emotions and let them come to the surface. However, they do need to be released. So with this full moon, it can help. The energies of the full moon can help you release. Light your candle, set those intentions, and let it burn. And hopefully, they will be released. Okay. Now, whatever you have been working on prior to this full moon, it's encouraging you to keep going with that. Okay. I want to pull some clarifiers. Okay, that was just kind of like a base energy of what's going on with this full moon. I just want to get a better idea of what we're going to be going through, what to look for, how to move forward, or whatever the cards want to come out for this full moon reading. A lot of water here. We've got Cancer card. We've got the King of Cups and the Page of Cups. That's too many. Excuse me. Tried to clear my throat chakra right before the reading so I can communicate these energies. They're just so intense. And like I said, I'm trying to work through my own energies that are coming up with this full moon. I want to deliver the messages correctly. Okay. Got the Empress on the bottom of the deck. We're going to start anew. We're working on, we've got the healing card here, the star card. It could be Aquarius. But mostly this full moon's about healing. Healing old wounds, old past hurts, heartbreaks, things that are hurting us, essentially. So we can transform and become anew, okay? We've got the Four of Pentacles, okay? The Page of Cups, King of Cups, the Chariot. Which in this instance, I take this, it's either Cancer, someone taking on the energy of Cancer, or being victorious in becoming, we've got the yin and the yang here, the white and black, becoming balanced. So after, going through the rest of the energies of this, we're going to celebrate, and we're going to be able to just take it easy. This is what I get from this. Like, just take it easy. Try your best to not feel stuck in these energies, okay? Go out with friends, family, and kind of just focus on the positives of what's going on, and try to not sit in these energies, okay? We've got the King of Cups and the Five of Swords. So based on this card, normally it's like this, you've kind of won the battle, but you're by yourself kind of thing. However, with the King of Cups above here and the healing card right next to it, this is a good thing. This is something to be victorious about, because you're doing it on your own. You're healing these emotions on your own, and that's not something you need to look to others for, like a pat on the back, so to speak. This is something that you need to enjoy by yourself. You got the strength. It's, the King of Cups right on top of the strength with this Five of Swords. Like, you've won the battle of healing these emotions, and that's okay. Okay, we've got over here, we've got the Chariot, and what pops out together is the Two of Swords and the Hermit card. Okay, this is the inability or just like deciding not to go inward and face these emotions. However, if you do, you will become victorious and start the movement forward to this healing. Okay, let's see. I'll pull some clarifiers on this. Some of you it might be hard to move forward because you don't know how. And that's kind of where I was at for a minute. I didn't know how to navigate through these things that were popping up. I thought I had been done, checked that off my list, and so the fact I didn't know how to do it, that was almost why it's still there, because I didn't necessarily heal it or release it. Anxiety. I got the Eight of Swords here popping out as I'm talking about it. yeah, it caused me a lot of anxiety. And I'm sure, the inability, or the, not being able to see where to go in here for this healing, it can be frustrating, okay? But you have to just, let me see what the cards say, what to do with that, how to navigate these emotions. Got the Seven of Pentacles. You've been working hard. You've been working hard at this for a long time, whether you consciously realize it or not. So it's not something that it can be easily done, okay? You just got to look inward and find out what your real desires are, because essentially these are coming up because a little bit, like for me, like I desire my masculine, and I've been not putting it to the side, but I've been trying to like let go of that attachment or the codependency or the worrying about what he's doing type thing. But essentially there needs to be a balance between that. So find the balance in what's coming up, and, just don't focus on these energies that are coming up, this ego mind telling you whatever it is it's telling you. Focus on this back here, these 2 cups that are full. You lost these 3, but those 2 are still full. Focus on what you still have. Focus on the positive of things, and that's how you can navigate through these negative emotions, is focus on the positive aspects, almost like the law of attraction, okay? If that even helps. If you don't know how to navigate through it, just focus on the positive things that are going right in your life at the moment, and that'll help you navigate through these energies. So after I'm talking about that, then the Nine of Pentacles and the Lovers card comes out. We've got the healing. I take this more because of what I'm talking about with these energies, that this Lovers card is about the wholeness of yourself, inside yourself, because it came out with the Nine of Pentacles. So you'll be able to stand there in your own power and be whole within yourself, okay? And then you can move forward. Let's pull some cards on what to expect after this healing goes down. Yeah, you have the Strength card again, okay? So that's where I like the synchronicities of this reading. You'll have strength to keep going on whatever it was you were working on before this full moon came and slapped us in the face. That's what I feel like it has. Yeah, you'll have the power to create your own path forward. I have that up reverse, so you'll no longer be taking a look from the outside. You'll be on the inside doing the magic, okay? This is a really, really powerful full moon for this healing within yourself and with everybody. It's different things. So we got the Page of Cups again. So yeah, you'll be able to open your heart again. Page of Cups, I don't necessarily say it as like a message of love. It could, because this is a general reading and this came up twice. Maybe after this healing happens, you'll get some sort of, I won't say like text message, but you'll get some kind of, because the page for me is like an idea, more or less, to give this message of love. So maybe not in the physical, but maybe like an inclination of a message of the heart or the emotions. Doesn't have to necessarily do with love. It could be family, etc. This is a general reading. So yeah, you have strength for sure. This is a very, very powerful full moon. And like I said, it's attributed to, Scorpio is the death card. So this is a very transformative full moon. And so the outcome's going to be very strong. Yeah, we've got the Page of Rods, and King of Pentacles. For some of you, this could have to do with Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. We've got a lot of pages, so messages, ideas, fruition of, you'll have an idea of how to become this King of Pentacles, who is very stable, level-headed, grounded. He's worked hard for his coins. He's basking in all of that he's done. Okay, so you'll have a new idea of how to get here. Okay, for others it could be you spying on, well, spying card. Okay, spying card's the swords. I apologize. Sometimes I attribute that to spying. Also the wands, for some reason. It just comes out that way. And Spirit knows what cards I see as what. So sometimes I take this as a spying card just because of the way this kid's looking towards, Let's see. What else do we have? It's too much. All right. You know what? Spirit says we're done with this deck. Here we go. Now I'll pull a couple oracle cards for some advice cards on how to move through these energies. Okay. Move through and navigate through these energies. Intense flowing energies. Support. Know that you're supported by the universe, by Spirit. Ask them for support. Get some rest. That's a big one. And when you do not know what to do, sometimes doing nothing is the best way to go. Like I said, get some rest. Try to focus on the positives. Things of that sort. Join. It says join in. Because this is general, it could be these energies are going to jumpstart you into sort of awakening, joining the spiritual group. You could be joining any sort of group at all, like yoga, or I don't know why I always say yoga first. Like I've done yoga one time, or like class for school, some sort of thing. Just join in something else. Get your mind off of these energies. And most importantly, grief work. Anything that has hurt you, with like this 3 of winter here, anything that has like a wound that's come to the surface, that needs to be addressed. Okay. That's not something you can really just brush aside and release. You have to feel those emotions, go within, and try to work out, what it is that's hurting, and try to release that. That's any grief work, anything that broke your heart, that really needs to be addressed this full moon. And body changes. Some of you maybe need to be going into eating more, eating less, eating more healthy, eating less healthy, take a rest off that diet. Because essentially, if a diet's not making you happy, you just got to be happy with yourself, take a rest. So I think that's all I have for this reading. I will be coming out with the May 1st through 15th videos for the zodiac signs here soon. Like I said, I don't know, the energies have been really intense. I've literally meant to do all of them last night. It just wasn't the right time. So I will be coming out with those May videos here shortly. And you have a great day.